Alright, I was going to do this set because I just got it. It's last year's, but hey. But anyway, it's too late. So we're going to do this one, which I bought ages ago, which is like another one of this season's cheapy sets. So let's get doing it. Though it actually looks, it's probably, I mean, to be honest, where did I put my little knife? It's probably just as complicated as that Technic one. Hold on. No, not as good as using a little knife thing, but hey, because this is quite a heavy box. I'm a bit like this one here. I'm always a bit confused because it doesn't look very complicated on the picture. Like, I don't know how big it's supposed to be, but the wheels are big. Anyway, the point is that those ones never seem like that tier of Technic doesn't quite seem to be worth it, but because I haven't actually built one yet. But I've got two of them now from last year, so we shall do those. But anyway, I'm just saying they don't seem as good value as the cheaper ones. But these ones always seem to be they weigh a lot more because there's 3 different booklets. I could just do the simplest one tonight, but we might as well do because this is the flagship one. We'll do the Space Shuttle. Where's my little? Oh, I just had it. Super organized. Oh, there it is. I put the box over it. 1 second. Here we go. Done and done. We'll put these ones in there. Off camera. Nicely done. Okay. And we'll keep that there for now. So, let's do this. I know that there was actually going to be a whole ton of things that I was going to talk about, but I can't remember what they were. So I did buy a new microphone, one of those. Well, I didn't buy it brand new, I bought it second hand, but another, what are they called? The people who make the snowball thing microphone, but not the Yeti. That's the Yeti one. That's what I got. Like, I have the other one that looks like a little round circle, and then I got the one that looks like a other one now. But eventually I am going to have guests on the show, and I'm going to have people talking, because I think that will make it much more interesting. And then I'm going to use a proper microphone. Where's this piece? Oh, it's grey. Okay, it's here. So that's one thing I got. And I bought an exercycle, which was... How does this go? It goes on like that. An adventure, because I had to get it home. And I was like... It's not very far away. The shop that I got it from. And I get it from that shop because it's not very far away. And as you can see, there's a reason for it. I have to clear my throat. Because I'm like, that's not going to fit in my car. It's too big. And then I was like sitting at home going, because I bought it and I said, I'll come back and collect it the next day. And they said, okay, make sure you do. And I was like, well, I promised. I said I was going to come back and collect it. But it was pouring with rain. And it was like, oh, this is the worst day ever for collecting things. But I was like, hold up a second. You could take the handlebars type thing off and the stem where the handlebars attach and take it apart, and then it would fit in my car. It's like, it will fit in my car. What am I thinking? Of course it will fit in my car. So I go back to the shop and I take one look at it and I'm like, oh, actually you can't take off the handlebars on this one. It won't fit in my car. Oh dear. And then they're like, no, you can do it, you can fit it in your car. And I'm like, I don't really think I can. And like, I put it in the back and it's like, it's hanging out the back. Here, and then the guy's like, tie some rope around it. And I'm like, is he actually pulling my leg? It's like, that does not seem, that just seems like a disaster waiting to happen. there's no way I can tie rope. And so I tried. I'm like, this is just going to end up me damaging my car, and this whole thing falling out of my car and smashing onto the road. There's so many ways that this could go wrong. So I'm like, no, stuff this. I ain't going to do that. So I just left my car and walked the thing home. And they were like, here, have a hand truck. And I'm like, oh, fine, I'll borrow your hand truck. But then I'm like, actually, this hand truck is making it harder to move. It does have two little wheels on the thing. They're obviously not designed for traveling on concrete a kilometer away. But hey, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it in the rain, and the wheels won't fall off. And the wheels didn't fall off. They survived the trip. So, which was kind of like, oh, that was a bit anticlimactic. It wasn't actually that bad. To just push it home myself, even though it was a kilometre away from where I live. Also, about that, I'd say about a kilometre. And kilometre. And so now I have an exercycle. And the thing is, I've told my employers that I don't want to work as much for the next 2 months because I want to sit at home, do programming and concentrate and finish my big project and sort everything else out in my life. Where's the other black bit? Oh, come on, where are you? I'm looking for this bit here. And I can't see it. I suppose it, oh, there it is. This doesn't matter, I can put it in at the end. And they were like, oh yeah, okay, that we should be able to manage that. And I'm like, well, but anyway, I have, and my point is that I like to have exercise every day, and I can't run every day because I never think that's a good idea. And at the moment, my leg's still a little bit funny, and so what am I adding on? That one. No, where's the things gone? Where are you? Here we are. So I'm like, well, if I go for a cycle, that's fine. Except I always end up going shopping and doing stuff. And it takes like half the day. And it's like, well, that's not an efficient use of my time. I just need to exercycle. And I'm bored of just cycling around in circles around the street. So how about a more even boring idea of exercycling in my bedroom? Because that's where I put my exercycle. And like, I guess that makes sense. I have gone for 20 minutes on it, and it was boring. But the power supply, they broke the plug on it, so we have to get a new one. It's not that it's going to be that hard. In fact, I'm bound to have thrown out little wall adapter things of the exact specification multiple times over the years. That's what you get for not keeping all your silly wall adapters you no longer need, because you'll need them at some point. But you can still use it without that. So anyway, what was my point? I don't know. It's very hot at the moment. I don't know if that's just because there's something wrong with me. Or I really have to go to the toilet. I think that's probably it. I don't really have to go. But honestly, I'm just going to go down into summer. Now I'm a bit cold. Oh, that's not good. I just took off my shirt and now I'm just wearing a singlet. And now it feels just a bit cold, whereas before it was just a bit hot. It's like you can't win. Well, you can win. You can wear a different kind of shirt. Where is it? Where is... Oh, it's not. It's... Oh, no, this is why you've got me. Okay. So, it's a smooth piece without any studs on it. Why? I guess it's because they have to... Because it's a 3-in-1. Somewhere that this has to be a smooth piece in the other models. Alright, so that's that done. And that's going to go on the roof. Beep. And we're doing the same thing. We are doing the same thing. Okay, it just doesn't stop. Oh no, it goes like that. Okay, here we go. That one goes there. And that one, I can't even remember the last time I did a video. Did I talk about I went to this community event thing. Well, it was like a local, community class thing, but it was more like an introduction. Come do our 5-week course thing, but it's too far away to do the 5-week course. But they had the one just round the corner from where I live. And it was $5. $5! It was awesome. What great value. It was to build a little planter, like a box, a wooden box, to put dirt into. A thing that I didn't quite really understand when I was building my one. But it's actually lots of fun. It was like, you know, I was learn how to use power tools. And since the only power tool I ever use is... Where's the other piece gone? A power drill. I got to use some other things. And it was mostly women doing it, which was interesting. I actually thought at first it'd be like, oh, it'll just be all men doing it, and that's going to be a bit rubbish. But it wasn't actually. And I guess that makes sense because it was just, you know, most men are like, if I already know all that stuff, my dad taught me, or they'd be like, I just watch it on YouTube, I don't need to go to a community thing. And to be honest, I didn't really need to go, but it was just like a sort of fun thing. I really enjoyed it, and I was like, oh, now I want to go to more of these things. It's quite quick, and I was quite happy with the thing that I built, except I built, like, I had little, like, used a jigsaw to cut out hand holding areas on the piece of wood. Not very well, but that doesn't really matter, who cares. But I made them quite big, and I thought that would be kind of a good way of practicing. I was more thinking about, I've got to practice, I want to make a big thing, and I want to do it like that big fancy curvy rounder thing. And then afterwards I'm like, people point out, no, that's not actually very good for holding the dirt in anymore. You've sort of taken away the dirt carrying capacity. So it's not really a good place to put dirt and then to plant things in. So that's sad. But I don't think I was going to anyhow. And they gave us pre-cut wood, which was nice. And there were some little bits they wanted you to drill, to screw into the bottom to hold these bottom two bits together, and there were bits of wood going across like this. And the two little bits of wood that I used, I don't think they're treated wood. I think they're just like normal wood. Whereas everything else is old. It's all recycled fence posts made with treated with arsenic in New Zealand. Or a compound with arsenic in it, apparently. I just realised this after having used them to make my garden with. But who knows if they're fine or not. They're only banned in some countries. But those little bits at the bottom aren't. And I'm like, well, if I leave it outside and there's two little tiny bits of untreated wood, it's not really going to work in the long term, is it? But then again, like, I don't know. Who knows? Just what I've been thinking about, you know, these days. Not the King's coronation, which is happening as we speak. So if you want to date this video in time, look at this. It's asymmetrical. What's up with that? It goes like that. Yes, King Charles. And I couldn't really care less at all. I could care less. No, I couldn't care less. No. Have no care at all. All out. Well, that's not meant to be that piece, is it? Or it is that meant to be that piece? Oh, okay. I thought for a second it was like, you know, you've got this little, you can't see it, that piece and that piece. But actually you could just use one piece, which looks like this. But they're not doing that. They're using two separate pieces. Yes. So, sorry if you're British and you really love the royal family. Like, it's just that I don't, like, Prince Charles is fine. King Charles is, like, not the worst. Like, his major achievement is being not the worst. Though, you know, he's not like a role model. You have to remember this. He did cheat on his wife, with the now Queen consort. But yeah, so no one I know is particularly excited by this, which is fine, which is to be expected. Alright, and now, this is quite neat, this little bit here, because they've got like two bits that go together. Yes, I don't think I've quite finished doing the other side, have I? So I'm doing this a bit wrong. I'm going to do this all the wrong. I'm sure there was some other super significant and important thing I was going to talk about on this channel. I think I mentioned my brother's been in the hospital, so that's something. But he's fine. He's had an operation. And it went all pretty quickly, and I think it's one of those moments. I think my family, they generally have very good experiences with the public healthcare system in New Zealand. So he got an operation pretty promptly. That wasn't perhaps super as urgent as it could have been, so you know, all good for that. Like he wouldn't have died or anything if he hadn't had it, but obviously it wasn't doing him much good. So that's something to make a note about. And now we are doing, if you live in a country without public healthcare, which in all fairness the UK does have, right? The NHS. So good work, Queen and King. Not that they did it. Turning the page. Though I have been watching Have I Got News For You? I think that's what it's called. It's a British panel show. I think I mentioned this panel show thing last time. So I'm quite fascinated by British panel shows. They do them quite well. And they do political ones very well. And I just watched the latest episode, which is came out yesterday. And they're not exactly, I would say they're a bit irreverent towards things and their own political system, which I think is nice to see. I think that's the one thing that I think the UK can be really proud of, is that sort of irreverency. But yeah. So now we've got that done, and I think I did the right thing. Turning the page. What are we doing now? We're doing this thing. It's quite exciting. It looks like it's gonna be an exciting build. I feel like this is gonna turn out to be quite the fun thing. And here we're doing the very, very standard snot technique, isn't it? I saw a video. I think it was on the Lego channel, YouTube channel, and they were going to have a snot. They had it was all about what are snot techniques, and it's well, that's quite cool. There's that new Dreams or something series coming out, which looks a bit odd. I don't know how. I think it feels like it's another one of their weird, quirky, their that one they had just recently with the. Well, they had recently that one with they had the things they always have these things every so often. They have an app, and they never quite come across as being. I've done this one super wrong. This doesn't look like the picture. Oh, they go the other way around. Okay, hold on. Goes that way. That makes more sense. Yeah, they're always trying their app-based things, and they never quite seem to be as exciting as they think they are. What am I doing now? Okay. But I'm sure they'll get there in the end. Okay. Now. These are new pieces. Look at this. Look at this weird looking piece. Very weird. Perhaps too weird, as they say. So anyway, yes, I shall be taking time off work and concentrating on other things. Programming, I hope. I'm going to be I just don't care about anybody else. I'm just doing my thing. Just leave me alone. And so that goes there, which is being very hard. There's always been something popping up, people needing help and doing things, and But I'm like, no, I want to concentrate on my stuff for the next few weeks, months. But it's been hard to quit work for a while because I've done this wrong. Hold on, it looks like that. Coughing. Because we're just a bit low in staff, and it's like, 'cause it's a common thing with every industry. Seems to be like, it's very hard to get staff these days, and it seems to be that way. Very struggling just to keep staff long term. So I'm like, so next week I am going in and doing a small amount of work just to make sure that everything is chugging along, and hopefully the week after it will be no more. I can be fully off, because I keep telling everybody, oh, I'm not coming in anymore, and now joke's on me because I am. Oh right, we need the big piece, this one here. And that one there, and we're going to run out of time, 7 minutes. Oh my gosh, this is taking a lot longer than I thought. Probably because I'm just chit-chatting. Alright, so we've made those. And then we have to do this one. That one's going to be made slightly differently to make things exciting. That one goes there. Alright, we're speeding things up a bit. We're definitely getting into turbo mode. Which could mean anything in this world. So that goes like that, and then that goes like that, and that one goes there, and I bought a really cool thing today. I thought it was really cool. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it on this channel very easily, so I might build it up again and show it. Well, which way around does this go? It feels like it goes up against the back. It does. It can't go up against the back. That doesn't make sense. It must go. Okay. This doesn't even fit. What? What? I think I'm missing something. I don't see how this fits into the back. Maybe it doesn't fit. Maybe it just stays in there and it pops out at some point later, because it doesn't stay down. Alright, well, we'll just leave that there for now. Oh, look, there's a little arm. Oh gosh, we're going to run out. I don't want to run out of time. I want to get this finished. Oh, 6 minutes. Well, there's not that much left. Surely I can get this done. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So that's going to go into here, and then that thing is going to hold that. Like, okay, so that's going to open up. Okay. Is it just the one? Just the one. Why are there two little supports? Who knows? We haven't got time to ponder these things. We do have time to quickly make this like that, and these pieces. I'm sure I've got thousands of those from the Pick-a-Brick box. And we have to make them twice. Could have seen that coming. Alright. That's probably going to use up pretty much all of the pieces though. So that's warming the cockles of my heart. Whatever that really means. The expression that people only know if you lived it in the 90s from a particular song that people who lived through that time know. And there we go. Right. 2, and they go on here. 1. How much time we got? 4 minutes. Gosh, this is hard to get in. Alright, there we go. 1. That's actually it. That's the whole thing done. We've built this whole thing. We've done it. Well, I've done it. I can relax. There are no more pieces. There's just spares. This is harder than it looks. Okay. So we can close the lid, and that's the finished model. I feel like it should have had wheels. Like, I was expecting it to have wheels. I've just realized it doesn't have wheels, and that's kind of made me a bit like, could have had wheels. But it's fine. So we're going to open it up. It's in outer space. It's floating around. It's not docked with the International Space Station. Because it doesn't exist anymore. That's why. Like, this is meant to be a space shuttle, right? And there's this little looks like a little duck. Quack quack. It's the space duck. Extend the space duck. It's not the most sturdy thing to hold that there, but it's still pretty good. So it looks quite neat. It's quite a good little display piece. These things are a bit wiggly, so they might. I mean, I guess this would actually. Does this actually move? How does it move? How does it control itself? There's like little thrusters on the side. It's weird not seeing like writing on the side. So, I guess at some point in the future they'll remake something that looks similar to the space shuttle. And then all things. I'm just trying to find the box. Completely lost the box. What's the time? All right, 2 minutes. So. I have actually lost the box. That's just depressing. How can I lose the box? It's right behind me. Okay, we just have to look one last time at the box. So that's the thing. This is a little space shuttle. They just a little satellite pops off. It doesn't actually say it's a shuttle. So maybe it's like some SpaceX thing or something. I don't know. I don't think they're doing anything that looks even remotely cool. Certainly not their current rockets. But hey. It's not. It's actually that Pentagon one, the X whatever it is. But it's got a little thing. Anyway, I always everyone likes the space shuttle. It's really cool. So that was that. And so the only other thing is, so I'm going to go and do more cool Lego things soon. I am getting much better at uploading, but I got this today, which you can't see because it's not. It's oh my gosh. It's Tomy Classic, so this is not the original one. Apparently this came out in 1977. This is the 1991 version, and it's a little truck thing that goes. It looks like there's 3 different vehicles, but there's actually just one vehicle, and they all have different hats. And so it drives into there, and then it switches over to being this thing, and it goes through and does this. It's really fascinating to watch. It cost me $10. You can't see the price tag. And it's apparently there's another one in the series. There's a big logo which has like a little elevator and everything, and you can link these two together. And I'm like, now I want that one. This is like the perfect thing to have at a party, and just have running in the background. It's just so fascinating to watch. So at some point I'll post a video of what this thing looks like. Even though there's 62,000 videos on, just ruin the box, on YouTube of this exact thing, but not in this color. Like. Oh gosh, I've ruined the box. I just ripped off the sticker. Look what I did. Oh my gosh, if I was a collector, I'd be so annoyed. But yeah, the other ones are all like, this I think is the best colors. Like some of them are like green and like this just looks like the right colors for the set, and all the other ones on YouTube, they're like the wrong colors. It's dumb. But that was that, and I think there was something else I was going to mention, but I forgot what it was. So thanks for watching, and like, share, subscribe, whatever. Bye.